Major League Baseball just announced that they're going to be testing 3 new rules in the Atlantic League starting on April 28th. So they've been going on for a few weeks, but some of these are a little bit weird, but there's one in particular that could ruin baseball. As always, if you enjoy the video, make sure to hit that like button and consider subscribing. The first one we're going to talk about is the designated pinch runner. This is someone who's not in the lineup and available to use any point in the game. This one isn't a terrible idea, but it's not my favorite personally. The second rule they're going to test out is in regards to limiting the amount of times a pitcher can step off the rubber to reset the pitch clock to 1 time per at bat. That seems fair to me. I mean, if you're having to step off multiple times to relay signs or to just collect yourself, I don't know. I think that's probably delaying the game a little bit too much. I don't see any real major problems with this one. The third and final one they're going to test, this one is just, I mean, who came up with this idea? It is called the double hook DH rule. Not Hooky from SpongeBob. That actually might be a good rule. This is the double hook rule. Let's explain what it is. So according to Fox Sports, which partners with Major League Baseball, the double hook DH rule allows clubs to use the designated hitter throughout the game, provided that the club's starting pitcher has completed at least 5 innings. If the starter fails to make it through the 5th, the club then loses the DH for the remainder of the game. So this rule basically means that your DH is no more. It is gonzo if you can't make it through the 5th inning with your starting pitcher. Bruh. That is just crazy. I think the real reason behind this rule being tested is to see if it actually encourages teams to leave their starter in and not baby them, let them throw like 60 or 70 pitches and then just bring in all the big arms out of the pen. I can see that, but in no way, shape, or form should this go to Major League Baseball. This might be a little fun thing to mess around with in like an Atlantic League or another league that has no affiliation with Major League Baseball, because it might be fun to see that, but in Major League Baseball, I think this is going to cause way too many problems. So you want to have more strategy? This is not the way to do it. This is not strategy. This is going to cause injuries. It's going to cause people to go out there that shouldn't be out there past the 5th inning. And what happens if a guy gets rocked, or what happens if a guy gets injured? Obviously, those things will probably have to be taken into consideration, of course. Like if he's given up 8 runs, maybe you can let him out of the game. Still, I'm obviously trying to understand this rule, or if they're injured, obviously you're going to be able to remove them from the game. There's going to be no questions asked there. But besides that, can you imagine a guy gives up 5 runs in the 1st inning and you can't take him out till the 5th inning? Well, you better hope that he starts getting better, because you're screwed otherwise, especially if there's no run rule. Like if there's no run limit and he can give up 20 runs, I mean, you're going to be in some serious trouble there. So I think this rule really was not entirely thought through, and I think that's why they're testing it in the Atlantic League, just so they can rule it out. I understand that we're kind of getting to this day and age where bullpens are taking over the game, but I don't see the starting pitcher going away completely anytime soon. And then you've got guys like Sandy Alcantara back in 2022 who was throwing CGs every other week, it felt like. So there's definitely room for improvement when it comes to starters going more than 5 innings. But the way to do it is not to eliminate your DH. I really hope Major League Baseball throws this idea out before it even gets any more traction than it already has, because so far it's stirring the pot a little bit. It's not one of those things that everyone's panicking just yet. A lot of people have given a lot of negative feedback. Major League Baseball has done enough in the last year to increase action in the game, and this rule, I don't see it having any major benefits. If anything, it's just gonna make it more complicated and less fun, especially as a fan, to see your pitcher out there getting rocked and you can't do anything about it. I don't see this rule improving the game, which is what I think should be the #1 most important thing when trying to add a new rule. Does it help the game? Does it make it more exciting to watch the game? The pitch clock so far, I think absolutely is working. It's definitely made the game more exciting. I love the idea that I don't have to wait 30 seconds to watch a pitcher throw one pitch. Now it's like 15 seconds, you know. You can mark it on your calendar. That pitcher is throwing that pitch after 15 seconds again. Wow. It is fantastic. I love that rule. Bigger bases, better health for the players because they're not getting injured all the time, like Bryce Harper back several years ago when he slipped on first base. And then last but not least, the universal DH has made it way more exciting to watch baseball. You don't have to watch a pitcher go up there and drop down a bunt and he can't even bunt the ball. Those 3 rules have drastically improved the game, but the double hook DH rule will not improve the game. I can tell you that right now. Obviously, I'm going to have to see this rule in action to really make a true judgment on it, but I just don't see this rule drastically improving baseball. And that's the most important thing when it comes down to it. If you guys enjoyed the video today, make sure to hit that like button and consider subscribing. I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.